What's up, man? It's 2Sneaky, man. And we back with another sneaky video, you feel me? Back with another body cam film, man. Back to back like always. We get straight into it, man. Make sure you get over there to my Twitch at 2Sneaky. Let's get it, man.
Firefighter in the back of a police cruiser. How'd he end up in handcuffs? He says he was just doing his job.
We're done, sir. I had it. Hey, check that out. I stopped to help somebody who's been shot. I'm getting arrested.
Usually, heroes get rewarded for what they do. But sadly, these heroes get arrested by the police instead. And the reasons why are insane. Here are some instances where heroes ended up in jail. Starting with this hero who tried to save the victim of a fatal shooting.
Thank you for teaching me not to be helpful, you fat.
On October 9th, 2020, Joseph Garces, a retired firefighter, was driving his Jeep in Santa Paula, California, when he spotted a shooting victim named Samir Salgado lying in the parking lot in a pool of blood. Without hesitation, Garces got out of his car and started doing CPR to the victim. Soon after, police officers from the Santa Paula Police Department came to the scene.
Don't go to the car. Don't go to that car. Stay over here. Stay over here. Stay over here. Come over here. That's your car?
That's my car. I was driving by. I saw it. I'm a retired firefighter.
Okay.
I'm not a part of this.
We don't know anything about that. We see a gun in the car. You're not going there. Do you have your ID?
It's in the car.
What's your name?
Joe Garces.
Joe Garces, you got to relax, okay? We know you're helping us out.
Wait, but you guys aren't listening either. That's part of the problem. Yeah.
So I said we appreciate your being involved. Okay. We're just running.
That's his knife. I took it out of his pocket to cut his shirt off.
And that's your vehicle.
Yeah, I was driving north. I saw the lady. They were looking this way, and I saw him down, and I thought it was beer or something. Spun around and came in, saw the blood. She said they were calling 911. I screamed, has he been shot? She said, yeah, as I was pulling in.
Okay.
Saw the gunshot wound to the side of his face. I did a quick check, found the gun in his waistband, rendered it useless, stuck it inside my car, grabbed his knife, cut off his shirt, and then you guys started showing up.
Okay. Did you see anybody running,
nothing,
anybody leaving the area, anything?
Not a thing.
Garces gave his witness testimony to the officer, which was a polite and respectful interaction. However, things took a turn for the worse when Detective Rivera from the Santa Paula police arrived and began to adopt a condescending attitude.
Get this guy out of here. Sir.
He's a witness.
What the?
Relax, okay?
We appreciate it.
Huh?
So I got a crime scene, sir. I'm a detective.
Yeah, and I'm here helping him, so step the off. Okay? If you're a good detective, you wouldn't be yelling at me right now. You'd be taking care of your job.
Over here.
Yeah, you. I can't get the out of here.
Get out of my crime scene. Get out of my crime scene.
What are you going to do to me?
Get out of my crime scene. I'm going to make you next time. Get out of my crime scene.
Come with me, Mr. Garces. Mr. Garces.
That's my...
Come with me, Mr. Garces.
Fool to a female. He was getting bullied in school. You would know the officers who was getting bullied in school. The ones who hide behind their badge, they was getting bullied in school. Nah. Come on, man. They can't fight for
No
it.
wonder people don't give you guys the benefit of the doubt. And I work with you.
Tell you, no one like police officers. But we will call firefighters before we call police officers. You think we will call SWAT before we call police officers? Come on, man.
7 years. When do I get my car back then? Hey, thank you for teaching me not to be helpful, you fat piece.
You have to step back. Step back. Step back. Step back. Step back. Step back. I don't know who you're
Oh, yeah, so now you're going to come over with me, huh? You're doing a really good job right now, aren't you?
I need you to back up.
You need to calm him. I need you to back up.
Come here.
No.
I got him. Come here.
No,
You need to understand. Take it down a notch.
You can take
Take
it
it down a notch.
Somebody here's not
Take
controlling
it
themselves.
down.
It's you.
Take a deep
What?
breath.
Don't be a hypocrite.
I've taken a deep breath. It's your turn now.
Yeah, don't be a
You
hypocrite.
want to talk like adults? I'll let you go. You
Okay,
want to talk
did
like
you
an adult?
start talking to me like an adult?
Do you understand how I need to
Do
do
you
my
see
job?
what you're doing wrong?
If you know how to do this job and you have a badge, then you would understand. Now, do you want
It's
to go
so
for 148
good.
if you
It's
have
so-
a badge?
It's so
Do you have a badge?
Yes,
Are you
I do.
retired?
Yes.
Do you want to go for 148 for being in a crime scene? Just because sergeants at patrol don't know how to do their job, and you were a
You're
cop
saying
at
your
one time-
sergeant doesn't know how to do his job?
Take him. Turn him around.
Look at him. Look at him. You know a female start getting an attitude. Man, when you get the upper hand on the female, you know a female want to get mad. Bitch, you feel me? You got the upper hand, nigga. You feel me? When you start having the upper hand on a female, come on, man. You know a hoe, nigga. You know a hoe when you see a hoe, nigga. Come on, man.
Jeep, like I keep saying, but you won't listen.
We're adding your Jeep.
Hey, you go see it when you look
Do
at
you
the
want
front
your
of
car?
Jeep.
Do you want me to have to write a search warrant and keep it, or do you want to keep your car? Do you want to get home as soon as possible?
I'm not talking anymore.
Okay. Sink them in car right here.
64. What's your first name?
Joe.
Joe.
Hey, check that out. I stopped to help somebody who's been shot. I'm getting arrested.
Garces was detained in the back of the police car for nearly 15 minutes before the detective finally released him. As a result of this incident, Garces got a dislocated shoulder and a torn labrum,
Yes, look what he
injuries that
did.
needed surgical intervention to fix. Afterwards, Garces took legal action against Detective Rivera and the city of Santa Paula, of which they ended up reaching a settlement out of court. Even though Garces got monetary compensation, he would be hesitant to help someone again in the future. However, things turned out even worse for the next hero who would end up regretting his brave actions forever.
The guy who pulls the gun isn't the one who goes to jail that night. You go to jail.
Exactly.
On June 27th, 2023, Army veteran Matt Solon and Michael Loudermilk, the son of a Georgia congressman, were out with their girlfriends in a bar's parking lot when a man named Dwight Cooper threatened them with a gun. Matt swiftly disarmed and subdued Cooper, forcing him to the ground. He then called 911 after taking the gun away from him.
Someone pulled a gun on me. This guy asked for a cigarette. We told him he doesn't have a cigarette. He's drunk, and he pulled a gun out on us. I disarmed him.
Who has the gun?
I have the gun. It's disarmed. It has hollow points in it. It's a Glock.
I want you to stand there, and I want you to put that gun on the ground, okay? Do not have it in your hand when they pull up.
Okay, it's on the ground.
Okay, tell them the gun's here and point to the ground, but keep your hands to where they can see them.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Where did that come from? It came from him bleeding from the head. The guy bleeding from the head? Yes, sir.
I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are. Okay, do you think people ever lie to the police? Is it possible?
I could have got shot today.
Yep, me too. That's my job.
I was in the military for 6 years. I think I know that.
Congratulations,
I was
sir.
in Afghanistan. I know exactly what danger is. But I'm not armed. You want to test me or frisk me or whatever?
You're fine. Just don't move, and there's not an issue with that. Don't go reaching in your pocket, man. You just
Good way to get thrown on the ground. Don't be stupid.
I understand completely. You're not exactly being cooperative either.
I'm putting him in my car.
Sure. Did I do something wrong?
I don't know what's going on. We're trying to detain you to figure out what's going on. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but did I do something wrong? Did I do something wrong or no? I mean, you guys wouldn't even be out here if I didn't call you.
Look at it this way, man.
Anytime we show up on a call, we have.
They said before we started this video, the dude said he gonna regret his hero action. Nigga, he saved himself from getting shot. Nigga, what you talking about? What is you talking about? He saved himself and his homeboy from getting shot. You feel me? He ain't gonna regret this. This nigga will do it again.
We can for safety reasons until we can safely ask everybody questions. We got one guy with a gun, one guy bleeding, so we detain and we wait till everything calms down. Then we start asking questions and kind of figure out what happens in the scenario, just so you know why you're sitting back here.
No, I have no idea why I'm sitting back here. It doesn't explain anything.
No cap.
Matt, step on now.
He been in the military for 6 years. Fool dropped the gun and put it by him. That gun getting by him. First of all, I'm not even picking up the gun. I take the gun out of his hand. I might pop him with it, or I might put it down on the floor by him. He set the gun by him. Why you set the gun by yourself? That's not happening at all. Why the fuck the gun by me?
You had what under control?
The whole situation. I had him on the ground. I'm taking care of it, called the ambulance. I had it disarmed. And what else did you guys do?
All I'm told is that you're the last one to have the gun. You started touching your pockets and everything. I asked you not to, and you're like, hey, I'm the hero, or whatever you were saying.
Okay, sorry, sir.
So.
I see your perspective.
Matt got arrested and was later charged with felony possession of a firearm. Later, both the
Nah.
police chief and Matt spoke to the media and explained what happened that day and the unjust reasons behind his wrongful arrest.
In your view, is Matt Solon a hero?
During his initial response, that yes, I agree with that comment. I think when the second act was taken, that's where the lines crossed, where he protected himself and the people he was with, and I commend him for that. Then part two is where he took action beyond that, and that's where he did cross the line.
Did that appear to be punitive rather than defensive?
Yes, that's what I saw.
But Matt told a different story.
I asked over and over and over again, what am I being arrested for? And Officer O'Brien said, he has rights too.
The gunman has rights.
The gunman has rights too. He was restrained and you hit him while he was restrained, and that's why you're going to jail. And I was like, he's never been restrained. He's not restrained.
How long were you in jail?
About 35 hours.
The guy who pulls the gun isn't the one who goes to jail that night.
Exactly.
You go to jail.
Exactly.
He isn't arrested till the next month.
No, and he's giving his gun back. They're going to see this when they run my plate, that I've been arrested before.
For a gun-related charge.
For a gun-related charge, right. And they're going to think in their head, oh, this guy just had a good lawyer. He got off it.
The district attorney dropped all charges against Matt Solon, saying he acted in self-defense. However, by then, the damage had already been done. If you are enjoying the video so far, please remember to hit the like button and subscribe. In this case, the officers' actions messed up Matt's record forever, but what they did is nothing compared to what the next officers did. On February 4th, 2014, something unbelievable happened. A CHP highway patrol officer arrested Chula Vista firefighter Jacob Gregoire. The Chula Vista firefighters were providing medical aid to victims of a rollover car accident while using their fire trucks to block the road to keep everyone safe when an officer told them to move their trucks, warning them if they didn't, they'd get arrested. Jacob chose to stay, insisting he had a responsibility to the victim and couldn't just leave them.
Okay, I don't have time for a cell phone. This is ridiculous. CHP is arresting Engineer Gregoire for where he spotted the fire engine.
It's unbelievable. You have to do this. It's unbelievable. You guys have to treat us like this. We're on the road trying to help you guys. We asked you to clear the road and you said no.
We asked you to clear the road. Shut your ass up. Police officers never like firefighters, nigga. They always don't like firefighters. But you put 10 officers and 10 firefighters in a room. Who gonna win a fight? The firefighters. Come on, now. Officers can't fight for real.
Take care with patients on the freeway. They're putting him in handcuffs at this time and walking him away.
The chief of the Chula Vista firefighters backed up his colleague's choice, saying that putting the victim's life first was crucial. Jacob was released 30 minutes later. He showed great bravery by putting the victim's life first. But in the next case, another hero faced serious consequences for doing a similar act of bravery.
We're done. No, we're done. You're arrested.
Hey.
We're done. Sir, I had administrative.
On July 26, 2017, police
papas
officers
don't
from the
wanna
Salt
arrest
Lake
us.
City Police Department went to the University of Utah Hospital to take a blood sample from a victim who was involved in an accident after a vehicle pursued by the police during a car chase collided with his vehicle, causing it to explode. This resulted in several injuries and burns, leaving the victim in a coma. When the officers got there, the nurse in charge, Alex Wubbles, stopped them from taking a blood sample, and the ensuing interaction quickly descended into chaos.
So I printed this off. This is what I was told to print off. And Brad, I'm just putting on speaker so you can. So I have this. It says obtaining blood samples for police enforcement from patients suspected to be under the influence. Okay, this was something that you guys agreed to with this hospital. The three things that allow us to do that are if you have an electronic warrant, patient consent, or patient under arrest, and neither of those things. The patient can't consent. He told me repeatedly that he doesn't have a warrant, and the patient is not under arrest.
She said this as con as she
I'm
can.
just trying to do what I'm supposed to do. That's all. So.
Okay, so I take it without those in place, I'm not going to get blood. Is that? Am I fair to surmise that?
The nurse stopped the officers from getting a blood sample from the unconscious patient, citing it was against hospital policy and legal regulations. It was unsurprising that the officers failed to meet the necessary requirements. Their motive for seeking the blood sample was questionable. They sought to determine if the victim had consumed any drugs or alcohol, potentially to justify the car crash, as police regulations strongly discourage high-speed chases on busy traffic to avoid endangering civilian lives, a protocol the officers seem to have neglected, resulting in the crash.
I don't know. I have no idea why.
Duh, they trying to clear their name. They trying to clear their name. Fool, that blood probably don't have nothing in that bitch. They gonna put alcohol in that motherfucker. Come on, nah. Come on, nah. That's how the crackers is. Come on, nah.
She's the one that has told me no.
Yeah, but sir, you're making a huge mistake right now. Like you're making a huge mistake because you're threatening a
Frustrated about not having his way, the officer did something really shocking.
Oh, please.
No, we're done. No, we're done. You're arrested.
Hey.
We're done, sir. I had administrative.
Seriously. Payne.
And none of the dudes, all the dudes just sitting there. They sitting there like females, man. I would at least try to block the dude. Like, what you, bitch, back your ass up. Nigga, you better run. Fuck you mean? On hood. What the hell?
Detective Jeff Payne, who was later identified as the officer in question, forcefully grabbed the nurse, slamming her against the wall and handcuffing her simply because she chose to follow the law and protect her patient's rights. Soon after, Detective Payne's boss, Lieutenant James Tracy, came to the scene and began to pressure and manipulate the nurse into complying with their demands to give them the blood sample.
Okay. The problem is this. Okay? You're telling me that you're...
Look, after you just went through what she did and you sit in the car and somebody above him come in this bitch and don't say, I apologize for his actions and none of that, and he sit there and say, the problem is that you not applying, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing, nigga. He nasty just like he nasty, nigga. They both nasty. I'm hood. You can't trust him. I'm hood.
And I appreciate that you have a policy. No, I know.
No, I'm not trying to do anything. I'm being told what to do and what I've been told.
And what I'm trying to tell you is, we wanted blood from this guy. Now, I have talked to people, and there's probably a much better solution that we could have come to, okay? But, all we had to do was the blood, okay? And my point is, there are if we're breaking the law, if we're doing wrong, okay?
Just listen to him.
Listen to me. If we're
just listen to him. See, this is why you can't trust the police. They in that bitch are badges full of bitches. Nigga, y'all, nigga, the man in blue on hood, full of bitches. Come on now. Just listen to him. Come on now, you can't trust them. That nigga is a hoe.
Okay, if we took this blood,
Manipulate
illegally,
your
it
mind.
all goes away. Alright? So there's civil remedies if we make a mistake. What I'm telling you is, we are not making mistakes. Okay? I've done this for 22 plus years. I know what the law is when it comes to search and seizure. Alright? And what you have done, because your bosses are telling you to, has been to prevent this officer who was called out to do a job to do his job. That's obstructing the justice.
Like, he pointed at him like he a stand-up guy, like he was Jesus or something. Like, you're not, do you got a warrant? I'm gonna tell you like I told him, do you got a warrant? I ain't giving you nothing. You ain't getting nothing. Cause if I give you this blood and he go to jail, he finna get out cause y'all got the blood the wrong way. Y'all manipulate. Don't let him manipulate your mind, nigga. Oh, hood.
These two officers clearly have serious ego issues. The nurse was eventually released and later agreed to a $500,000 settlement with Salt Lake City and the University of Utah over the incident. Detective Jeff Payne was subsequently terminated from his position, and Lieutenant Tracy was demoted 2 ranks below to the role of a patrol officer.
Not enough, but that's enough. That's not enough, but that's enough, my boy. Get his ass up out of here. Nigga, they trying to manipulate you, fool. That's how the world is, nigga. Manipulate your mind. You feel me? Don't let them manipulate you. Let's get in, let's get out with it, man. It's 2Sneaky, man. The most hated, nigga. Let's get it, man.